Isa versus Dajjal, the biggest war of the future. How exactly will the Dajjal use technology to mislead people? And how will Hadrat Isa Alaihissalam, Jesus, peace be upon him, confront him? Let's find out. When Imam Mahdi is busy fighting the world's superpowers, then on the other side, from an area between Syria and Iraq in Khorasan, the Dajjal will emerge. The Dajjal is already present in this world. One day, after prayers, the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, told his companions that a man had come to him who was previously a Christian, but later converted to Islam. This man's name was Tamim al-Dari. He was traveling at sea with 30 of his companions when a dangerous storm hit. Their ship reached a mysterious island. When they arrived, they saw an animal covered in so much hair that they couldn't tell its front from its back. So they asked it, "What are you?" It replied, "I am al-Jassasa." It told them to go to a certain place, saying a man was waiting for them there. So Tamim and his companions went there and saw a huge man bound in chains. His hands and feet were all tied with chains. He asked Tamim and his companions, "Tell me about the date palms of Baisan." They said, "They are full of fruit." He said, "Very soon they will stop bearing fruit." Then he asked, "Tell me about the Sea of Galilee." They said, "It has a lot of water." To this he said, "Very soon it will dry up." Then he asked, "Tell me about the spring of Zugar." They said, "It is full of water." He said, "That too will dry up very soon." Then he asked, "Tell me about that prophet." What has he done? They told him that he had appeared in Makkah and moved to Medina. He asked, "Did the Arabs fight with him?" They said, "Yes, but if they had followed him, it would have been better for them." After this, the man told them his name and said, "I am the Masih, Messiah, and very soon I will emerge and travel the entire earth in 40 days, except for Makkah and Medina, as I will not be permitted to go there." After this, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, told the companions that he was the Dajjal. This means the Dajjal is already present in this world, but his appearance is yet to happen. But the most interesting thing is that when the Dajjal asked them about the trees of Baisan, they said they were full of fruit. The Dajjal said they would soon stop bearing fruit. Baisan is a historical city in the north of Palestine today, now called Beit Shehan. Amazingly, due to population growth and water scarcity, agricultural activity there is decreasing, especially the date palm trees, which have almost vanished. Similarly, the Dajjal had said that the Sea of Galilee would also dry up. This sea is a huge source of fresh water for Israel and Palestine today, also known as Lake Tiberias. But for the last 50 years, its water level has been dropping to a dangerous level. The Israeli government has issued several warnings that it could dry up due to climate change and overuse. Likewise, the Dajjal said that the spring of Zugar, which is near the Dead Sea in Jordan today, would also dry up. The spring system in this region is also weakening due to climate change and mismanagement, and many springs in the Jordanian valleys have already dried up, while many have become weak. So, the arrival of the Dajjal is very near, and the Jews, who consider him their Messiah, say this themselves. Look at this video. The man you see here is a Rebbe. He is a very prominent Jewish scholar, and not just an ordinary person. He had very good relations with the American president, Ronald Reagan. This Rebbe is talking to Netanyahu here and telling him that the Messiah has not yet come. Prepare for his arrival. This Rebbe is telling all this to the current Israeli president, Netanyahu, and this is why Netanyahu is causing this massacre in Palestine and is bent on creating a greater Israel. You will be surprised to know that this Netanyahu is the same person who will pave the way for the Dajjal's arrival, and many prominent Jewish scholars believe this. For example, Doron Bar-Lev, a Jewish biblical researcher, believes that Netanyahu is related to the house of Nathan mentioned in Zechariah. He will be the leader who comes before the Dajjal. The Jews associate him with Nathan and Shimei from the Bible. Similarly, this Jewish Rebbe reportedly told Netanyahu himself that he is the leader of Israel, who will hand over his staff to their Messiah, the Dajjal. Likewise, another Jewish Rebbe, Lazer Brody, also compares Netanyahu to King Saul's son, Jonathan, who will smooth the path for their Messiah. Many of their other Rebbes say that he will be the last prime minister of Israel before the Dajjal's arrival. And you can clearly see all of this in this video, how their Rebbe is clearly telling him to prepare for the Messiah's arrival. And today, you can see for yourself how Netanyahu is making preparations for the Dajjal's arrival. These Jews are bringing in a Dajjali system, which is the New World Order. A New World Order, meaning one government for the whole world, one currency, and one religion, which seems to be happening today. Just as America is trying to control the whole world at this time. The Middle East is already under America's control, except for Iran. All of Europe stands with America, which you can see today in the form of the United Nations, where many large countries are under one organization. And the International Monetary Fund is most controlled by America. Meaning, there will be only one government in the whole world, which today is mostly America's. The 21st century is going to be the American century. Similarly, there will be one currency in the whole world, which in today's time is the dollar. And every country is now compelled to trade in dollars. Even big countries like Russia and China are dependent on the dollar. And America controls this dollar too. If America imposes sanctions on a country, that country's back will be broken in an instant. For this reason, no one stands up against America. Besides this, cash is being eliminated, and digital currency is being introduced. And cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are being accepted by governments all over the world. Digital IDs and surveillance systems are being implemented worldwide, where the government has every person's data. Biometrics, ID cards. Through all this, the government knows about every single person. So this Dajjali system is rapidly growing in the world today. After all this, one day, the Dajjal will emerge from Khorasan and start spreading his corruption in these areas. He will show people the dead being brought back to life, and people will start believing him to be God. In the year the Dajjal comes, there will be very little rain, and there will be a drought all over the world. Crops will not grow, and there will be a severe food shortage. People will be dying of hunger. He will make it rain wherever he wants, and if he commands the earth, it will grow vegetables for him, meaning he will control nature. And he will do all this using a technology we call cloud seeding today. This technology is being used by many countries today, like Dubai, Saudi Arabia, China, and America. Using this technology, rain can be induced even in areas where crops don't grow. That's why Arab countries are investing heavily in this technology, as they receive very little rainfall. In this process, particles are released into the clouds via planes, which causes rain. Pakistan also induced rain using cloud seeding. Today, praise be to Allah, Pakistan's first artificial rain has occurred. And similarly, the Dajjal will most likely use this technology to control the weather. Likewise, the Dajjal will bring the dead to life. Imam Jafar Sadiq, peace be upon him, said, "The Dajjal will say to a person, 'If I bring your parents back to life, will you believe me to be God?' The person will say yes. After that, 2 demons will come in the form of his parents and tell him, 'This is your God. Follow him.' He will probably do all this using AI. Just as today, using AI, you can create an exact replica of any person's face and even clone their voice. Furthermore, with holographic projection technology, you can clone a person and have them stand before you and even talk to them. Today, this is happening before your eyes with AI glasses. And robotic technology is also progressing significantly, which could lead to the creation of very realistic robots in the future. But the most amazing technology is Neuralink. This company is developing chips that can be implanted in human brains to enhance their capabilities. Now, if such chips are implanted in a person's brain that can show them any kind of illusion, they could also be shown that their parents are coming back to life in front of them. And the amazing thing is that Neuralink has successfully tested this on a human and is now going to test it on more humans. The Dajjal will also use one of these technologies to create illusions. He will have 70,000 Jews with him, and his followers will mostly be women and poor people who lack knowledge. And many Muslims will also accept him as their God, even those who know about the Dajjal, but they will still fall into this tribulation. Fitna. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that from Adam until the Dajjal, there has never been a greater fitna, and there has been no prophet who did not warn his people about the Dajjal. It will be such a great fitna. Even the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, used to seek refuge in Allah from the fitna of the Dajjal in his prayers. That is why he, peace and blessings be upon him, said that whoever hears about the Dajjal should stay away from him. Because if a person, considering himself a believer, comes to confront him, he will still end up joining him. It will be such a massive fitna because he will have his own heaven and hell. His hell will in reality be heaven, and his heaven will in reality be hell. Meaning, it will be an illusion that he will show using holographic projection and AI technology. Millions of people will start falling into the Dajjal's fitna, and he will go everywhere in the world except Makkah and Medina. He will not be able to enter there because they are sacred places. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said the Dajjal will travel as fast as the wind. He will be riding a white donkey with a distance of 40 arms lengths between its ears, which will, of course, be a plane that is insanely fast. And you also know that 99% of the world's planes are white, so that donkey will actually be a plane on which the Dajjal will travel. He will be one-eyed, and on his forehead, kafir, disbeliever, will be written. The Dajjal will be spreading fitna all over the world, and on the other hand, Imam Mahdi, after conquering Constantinople, will have become the most powerful man in the world. Today, we are ridding the world of a false and oppressive God. Then he will receive news that the Dajjal has seized the homes of the Muslims, so Imam Mahdi will advance with his army at full speed toward Syria. But when they arrive, the Dajjal will have already captured Syria. Now, Imam Mahdi will face a power like the Dajjal, which will be very difficult for them to fight. Then Allah will send a man to this world who will confront the Dajjal, a man whom Allah has called his Ruh, spirit, in the Quran. Hadrat Isa Alaihissalam, Jesus, peace be upon him. He will descend at the white minaret of a mosque on the eastern side of Damascus, with his hands placed on the wings of 2 angels. He will be wearing 2 garments dyed with saffron. Drops of water will be falling from his head. In the mosque where Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, descends, Imam Mahdi will be preparing for prayer with his army. When Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, enters the mosque, Imam Mahdi will ask him to lead the congregation. Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will say that the call to prayer was made for you. You are the leader of this ummah. Then Imam Mahdi will lead the prayer. After the prayer, Imam Mahdi will hand over the leadership to Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him. Then Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will prepare the army, because the Dajjal will also have a huge army. He will have the world's governments, technology, everything. Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will guide the Muslims. Seeing him will boost the morale of the Muslims even more, because now a prophet will be among them, and perhaps Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will also have some spiritual powers. That's why when the Dajjal learns that Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, has come to this world, he will try to flee. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that upon seeing Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, he will melt like salt, and so he will reach the Gate of Ludd and try to escape. The Gate of Ludd, where Israel's Ben Gurion Airport is today, meaning he will try to escape in a plane. But Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will kill him right there with a spear, after which his blood will flow, and it will become clear that he was not a god, but a deceitful man. All his high-tech illusion will be finished. After the Dajjal's death, his army will also collapse. Many people will leave him and convert back to Islam. Some will flee, and some who are followers of the Dajjal will die of a disease. Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, and Imam Mahdi will also invite people back to the faith. The entire Dajjali system will be destroyed. Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will have become the greatest leader in the world at that time. He will rule according to the Sharia of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will fill this world with justice, just as it was previously filled with injustice. After this, people will not wage war again. The hatred between different countries and religions of the world will end. Because Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will also abolish Christianity, and then only Islam will exist in the entire world, which is also mentioned in the Quran. The Jews and Christians will accept Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, and follow him. Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will forbid pork, alcohol, and other things that people had considered permissible. At this time, Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will possess the wealth of the entire world, which he will distribute among all people. There will be no one to accept zakat, charity. Poverty will be eliminated. The earth will start producing crops again. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said the wolf will live with the lamb, and a child will play with a snake, but they will not harm him. There will be prosperity everywhere. Imam Mahdi will also be with Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him. He will remain in this world for only 7 or 8 years after his appearance. But a short time after the descent of Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, Imam Mahdi will pass away. Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will lead his funeral prayer and bury him in Medina. After the death of Imam Mahdi, Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will perform both Umrah and Hajj. Everything will be going well when Allah will release Yajuj and Majuj, Gog and Magog. But before knowing all this, we must go back thousands of years to Persia, when a righteous king named Dhul-Qarnayn ruled, who possessed great knowledge and ruled with justice. Some people believe this king to be Cyrus the Great. Dhul-Qarnayn began to unite different tribes and nations under his rule and traveled throughout the world for his mission. He went to the west and the east. While traveling, he reached a valley enclosed by 2 mountains. There, Dhul-Qarnayn met some people who spoke a different language. They said to Dhul-Qarnayn, We are greatly troubled by Yajuj and Majuj. They are spreading corruption throughout the world. Can you build a wall between us and them? We are ready to give you some money in return." So Dhul-Qarnayn said, "What my Lord has given me is far better than this money. I just need your help." After this, with their help, Dhul-Qarnayn started building a wall by melting iron and built a large iron wall between the two mountains, trapping Yajuj and Majuj behind this wall. After building the wall, Dhul-Qarnayn told the people, "One day, my Lord's promise will be fulfilled, and this wall will break." After this, Dhul-Qarnayn returned, and until the day of judgment, that wall hangs like a sword over the necks of the Muslims. But after the death of Imam Mahdi, this wall will break. Allah will say to Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, "I have released Yajuj and Majuj upon the earth, whom no one can fight. So take my servants to the mountain." So Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will take his companions to Mount Tur, the same mountain where Hadrat Musa, Moses, peace be upon him, spoke to Allah. Yajuj and Majuj will wreak havoc all over the world. They will consume water, crops, and even animals. They will pass by a sea, and in the next moment, the sea will have dried up. Yajuj and Majuj will fill the earth with destruction. On the other side, Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will be staying on the mountain with his companions. There, they will face hunger and thirst. So Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, along with his companions, will pray to Allah, and Allah will accept their prayer. After this, Allah will create a worm in the necks of Yajuj and Majuj that will pierce their necks. With this, they will die in a single night, and the entire earth will be filled with their corpses. After this, Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will again pray to Allah, and Allah will send birds with long necks that will pick up their corpses and take them far away, cleaning the entire earth. After this, a new era of humanity will begin. Hadrat Isa, peace be upon him, will marry and will have children. After this, he will pass away and will be buried right next to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, in Medina.